Hey guys, so liver here. We're going to talk about liver, carnivore, and the myths surrounding liver. Now, you'll hear people say you can eat too much liver. And if you run it through ChatGPT, it's going to tell you about explorers from the early 1900s in cold countries eating polar bear liver. Guys, we're eating beef liver. You know, there is no connection to polar bear. Polar bear liver has much more dense nutrients, mainly vitamin A. But this, I've been eating probably a half a pound to up to a pound a day, almost maybe 4 days a week. And I eat it raw. And it comes up to the next question. Is the Liver King. He's on the news, Mr. Natural himself. And I started to, investigate. And I looked through a lot of his videos. And he shows pieces of liver chopped up. He sells liver supplements, but I've actually never seen him actually physically eat liver. He's eaten alligator. He's eaten also other sorts of stuff. But have you ever seen him eat liver? So how did he get this title, Liver King? I mean, ultimately, he just sells liver supplements. So that's another question. And I like this liver. I get it from Wild Fork. It's a great store. And it comes frozen, so what I like to do is I let it sit on the counter for like 10 minutes, then I chop it. And you can see it right here, and it's fabulous. Like frozen. And when I sit down and eat all this, we dip it in butter, hot butter. It's phenomenal. It has a very sweet taste. And it is a great meal if you're on the carnivore to have with like burgers. And also people have, carnivore is a kind of a trendy diet. And there's like a lot of complexity surrounding it. It's really simple. You just eat meat. And a lot of people have, and this was my big concern, is they worry about shitting. And that's not a problem. You'll shit every day. Now, a lot of carnivores, if you go on these forums, they talk about, I only shit 2-3 times a week. That's not normal. That would drive me nuts. And what you need to do with the carnivore is you need to make sure that, one, you drink a ton of water. Because most people are already dehydrated. And I've been eating one meal a day for 17 years. So when I switched to just having one meal, just all meat, I already knew ahead of time that you need extra water if you're only eating one meal. But if you're just eating meat, you need even more water. And if you're really worried about it, just get magnesium citrate. Take that at night. You're going to be fine.
And butter.
And butter. I mean, fat is really important as well. If you eat too lean, you're not gonna shit as well. So butter is a really big component. And I just go to Costco and get their grass-fed butter. It's delicious. I'm like a butter connoisseur. And I found that I'm in Florida, but Publix also has a very good grass-fed butter. They're almost identical, except the one from Costco doesn't have as much salt, but you can just salt your own butter. I mean, that is the big the big difference. But it's that easy. You just eat a lot of fat. I mean, it should be roughly 70%. And a lot of people, when they go on carnivore, they lose weight, and that's normal. Most people that start a diet like this are fat asses when they started. And so, of course, it's natural for them to lose weight. But like when I started it, I was like way too lean to begin with, like almost malnourished. I would eat a lot of meat. It was always meat based, but I'd have lots of protein, and I was a big fan of like protein bars and protein shakes. And I became like way too lean. So when I got on carnivore, I gained weight and like I felt healthier, because I needed this fat, and it like fueled my body. And I was thinking for after a while, is because I'm not gonna lie, I like to be lean. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then out of nowhere, my strength went through the roof. Almost like it was because my hormones, everything like recharged, and all of a sudden, like it just out of nowhere, I started like bulking up, like in a good way, because I had the right nutrients inside. And you could only do this from meat, and of course along the way, I stopped. I get special shampoo, no scents, everything else, and it takes a while to get all this shit out of your system they poison you with. And like one of the other benefits of carnivore is that after you're on it for a while, you are basically your sense of smell goes through the roof. And once you get rid of all the toxic shit, like I get not unscented dishwasher soap, unscented soap, unscented laundry detergent, and you start smelling like people walk by. I live in a townhome, and there's like a little alley where I'm working out, and I'll be sitting in the cold plunge, and someone walks by, and I'm like, oh, I can smell the bounty from their clothes. And it's like, and it's like 5 minutes later, I can still smell it. Now, that can't be healthy. And it's a benefit because you have your animal instinct back. It's just a natural thing because we're meant to be hunters. And when you start getting is the right approach. And I mean, obviously there's some other benefits too. Your wife will love you for it. It jacks you up. It really gets you going. Your hormones are through the roof. And if you follow my system, everything kind of pieces together to make you a total animal, a savage. But this adds to it. I mean, fuel is, one of the most important things. Sleep is one of the most important things. And, people overlook this, like how big it is. And people overcomplicate carnivore. I do read the forums, and people are like, well, if you add a little bit of sweet potatoes, it's like, how is that even part of the diet? If you add a little bit of fruit, you don't need it. If anything, like the thought of fruit and all this stuff, it disgusts me now. I mean, I eat one meal a day, so I'm starving. Like right now, I'm starving. I just got out of the cold plunge not too long ago, worked out, and it's dark out now, and I'm just saying, like, fuck, I want some good food. And if you put liver, burgers, or steak, whatever, I mean, like, what kind of guy wants to grab the fruit and say, you know what, no more steak for me. I like this pineapple. You know, and the other thing too is carnivore's cheap. You eat fruit, like you eat one apple, it's like $2. I mean, I don't even know what the prices are anymore. But like iceberg lettuce, it's like $6, $7 for something that has no nutrients that's meant for a cow. And I mean, you get to eat like a king. Wild Fork has great picanha, great liver, great burgers. Costco has really good steaks. I like their New York strip and the ribeye, of course. But everything else, I get the picanha. I love picanha. I just get that at Wild Fork. Since it is Brazilian owned, I'm sure they have the best picanha. That's my rationale. But it's cheaper. It's more enjoyable. And you have more energy. So people, and it's simple. Like there's no thought process involved. Beef, butter, that's it. Like, look, I eat one meal a day. The last thing I'm thinking about is chicken. And eggs, forget about eggs. What they feed these grass-fed eggs to, it'll raise your estrogen. So, I mean, you have to be on the lookout what all these animals are being fed. But you can't go wrong with beef. So, that is pretty much the gist of what I want to say. My liver is almost ready. Don't fear eating too much liver. You can't. It can't happen. I've been doing it, and my wife over here, she eats it with me, and she is not as big as me, and she hasn't suffered from the so-called vitamin poisoning. So, it's again, the governments are trying to tell us to warn you about liver. That means it's good. Eat your liver. Eat it raw. This is the way.